A little bit about me. I am, first and foremost, the son of Louise Jones, awesome lady. I'm an emotional guy, so you're probably going to cry here. It's going to maybe feel awkward to you, but I do it every single time, so I'm okay with it. I hope you guys are too. My wife, Lauren, been married 21 years. She's amazing. I way out-kicked my coverage with her. She's a beautiful woman. I have 2 kids. My daughter, Rebecca, who is 20, going to be 21 in a little bit. She's going to be a junior in college. She's an academic and athletic All-American swimmer at Bloomsburg. My son, Andrew, is going to be a sophomore, going to be 16 in a couple months, and only wants to be me. That's the only person he wants to be. He wants to go in the military, wants to be a Navy SEAL, wants to kill terrorists. I'm going to have to make sure he goes to college first. I want to make sure he has the ability to lead men when he gets out of college and goes in the military. That's what I'm training him to become as a leader. I've been a cop for 25 years. I've moved around a lot. I started in Royersford Borough, full-time in 1993. Shortly after I got out of the Army, I was an Army intelligence analyst. Active duty for 4 years, stationed in Germany, Persian Gulf War veteran. Worked in Royersford for 3 years, and I went to West Potsdam Township, which is on the west side of Potsdam. Worked there for 7 years, and then 9/11 happened. You all remember that, right? I am a patriot at heart. Everything I do is about God, country, honor, duty, all those key demographics that I fit into. So when 9/11 happened, I got pissed. And I saw on the TV that President Bush was reenacting the Sky Marshal program, which is what it was called prior to 9/11. And at the time, there were only 33 Sky Marshals in the country, flying on commercial aircrafts anywhere in the world that are owned by the United States. So I saw that he was reenacting this program, and the whole purpose of that program is to prevent terrorists from taking over airplanes and flying in buildings and killing 3,000 people, right? So 900,000 people applied for that job. And I was one of about 4,000 that got hired. And against my wife's wishes, by the way. But she trusts me. That's one thing I always tell my wife, is that I will never fail you. If you trust me, I won't fail you. So my wife trusted me, and I went off to the middle of nowhere in New Mexico to train for 4 months. Was trained by Delta Force and Navy SEALs, and it was the best training of my life, but the worst job I ever did in my life. It was by far the single hardest job I've ever done, for the simple fact that I was never home. I was traveling all over the world, constantly jet lagged when I was home, miserable, proud that I was doing my job as a patriot, but I was conflicted inside as to where I was supposed to be. So after 4.5 years, I left that job and I became a cop in Collegeville Borough, where I'm still today. 9 years ago, I started a company called Max Out, which is a fitness-based business located in Limerick. I'm not a fitness professional, but what I am is a risk taker. And a friend of mine, who at the time was working for a guy who was one of the investors in the original Max Out, who was going under, and he said, hey, I think we have an opportunity to get involved in something. Let's look at it. So I did. It was the single coolest thing I've ever done in my life. It's a piece of strength training equipment. If you don't lift weights, I get it. I didn't either. But I did 12 repetitions, and then I went outside and puked in the trash can. So I said to myself, whatever that is, whatever caused that, I want to be a part of it. We moved everything up to Pennsylvania, and for 9 years we've been operating a gym and owning a piece of technology that allows us to work with people who have goals as just for fitness level, people with that are athletes that want to become stronger and faster, and also neuromuscular and neurological patients. So we all know Sue Yanos. All right, so Sue's husband, Tony, you know all about him, right? Tony's a good buddy of mine. Been friends for 25 years. Tony had a stroke. I work with people that have strokes. After they get out of the acute care phase, and they're able to start, after insurance is over and they tell them they're good for wherever they are, I step in and I help. So that's one of my passions as well. But while I started Max Out, I created a program for kids that helped them become better leaders. And it started just with the kids that were coming into Max Out. And what I found out, though, is that I was kind of being very selfish in the fact that I was only allowing it for people who could afford to come to my gym. Because we're in a personal training space, so it's not necessarily Anytime Fitness or Planet Fitness. So I decided I was going to take it outside of the 4 walls of my gym and take it into the schools. And that was about 5 years ago. I started going into schools and training kids on how to become leaders, using the program that I developed to help them become better leaders. Aesthetics getting a little bit annoying, but I think we'll make it through. I think if I move away, maybe that'll help. So once I started doing that, I realized I enjoyed it. I realized I was good at it. But the one thing I was missing was the fact that I don't have time. So I work 50 hours a week as a cop. I run a company. I train people all week long, another 40 hours a week. I'm a husband and father, so I go to all my kids. I never miss a sporting event or a swim meet or anything like that. So what I was sacrificing was myself. But after a while, you start stealing from other places in order to satisfy the needs that people have of you. And I realized that in order for me to do that, I needed to create time. So I created an opportunity for myself to become a public speaker as a profession. And I started doing that about 18 months ago. And over the last 18 months, I've been building my I Got You speaking brand, which is what you see on the screen there. And I called it I Got You because my entire life has been about service. Whenever anybody needed me, I said, I got you. And that's kind of always stuck with me. And a friend of mine said, that sounds like a great idea as the name of your company, what your brand should be, because it really defines who you are. So that's how I got here today. And Sue was nice enough to recommend me for this job today, and I hope I do her right by giving you a speech that allows you to be inspired, to understand your worth in your business and your company, how much I'm sure that they respect you, and know that you hold the single greatest power, and that's the protection of our children. You go from point A to point B in the morning and in the evening so that we get our children back safe. So, without